Hi, everybody, and welcome back to another edition of Beyond the Cage. I'm your host, Jim Graham, and joining me today on the line, we have a special guest. She will be fighting Rose Namajunas in the co-main event of UFC on Fox 19. She is the Tiny Tornado Tecia Torres. And Tecia, thanks for coming on Beyond the Cage.
You're welcome.
Of course, as I just said in the intro there, you will be the co-main event of the UFC on Fox card here in Tampa, and I was wondering, how stoked are you to get that opportunity?
Oh, it's amazing. This is Fox is one of the biggest outlets to fight on, and getting that co-main event spot, especially as women fighters, is really amazing. And I look forward to the opportunity of showcasing my skills and showing, the world who we are.
Now, when you found out that you were the co-main event for UFC on Fox, you did a little Baywatch-inspired video that you can see on your Twitter at Tecia Torres. And I was wondering, what was the thought behind that little video you did there?
I just like having fun, and I thought it'd get a lot of interest, and I think it has, so that's good.
Now, I want to touch on your last fight here a bit, Tecia, as you took on Jocelyn Jones-Larberger, who was an injury replacement for Michelle Waterson. And I was wondering, how much did your game plan and preparation change when it went from Waterson to Jocelyn?
You know what? Not too much. I knew Michelle would be a well-rounded fighter. With Jocelyn, I felt she was more of a boxer than, presenting any threat on the ground. So I was ready for anything with Michelle, and with Jocelyn, I was actually a little bit more nervous because, she wasn't a ranked fighter, wasn't as well known, and she had a really good win over Zoila Frosto, her last fight prior to that. And Zoila, to me, is a really amazing striker, and she went out there and dominated her for, I think, 3 or 5 rounds, whatever it was, to become the RFA champion. So going into that fight, I was pretty nervous, but I went in there and did my thing and was able to come out the victor, and it was a unanimous win too, so that was cool.
In that matchup against Jones-Larberger, she's a very tall, very lanky, had a significant height and reach advantage against you in that matchup, but you were able to come through strong and get a unanimous decision victory. Does beating someone as big as her give you confidence taking on some of the other big girls in this division moving forward?
Yeah, I'm always the shorter fighter in most cases, so it was fine. I don't mind it. I think it works to my advantage. I use my height to get in and out really quick, and Rose has, I think, like 4 inches on me too. So I suppose I'll do the same there as well.
If fans haven't heard already, the reason that you are in that co-main event spot now is because of Lyoto Machida admitting to using performance-enhancing drugs. And I was wondering, as a fellow fighter, did that shock you at all to hear Machida's revelation just days before the event?
Yeah, for sure. It usually surprises me when anybody comes out most of the time, but I don't know the background behind it. I haven't really looked into it. I just found out literally last night, so I don't know much about it. But it opened up the doors for me and Rose, and I'm just gonna ride with it and take my opportunity from that unfortunate thing.
Looking at your matchup on Saturday, not the first time you have fought Rose Namajunas, as you defeated her going back to Invicta 6, which was a little under 3 years ago. And how do you think she has changed from the last time you fought her in Invicta?
Just overall, has more experience, and she's more well-rounded. We both grew as persons outside the ring and inside the ring, so I'm looking forward to seeing us do our thing on Saturday night.
Now, on the other side of the coin, how do you feel that you have changed in your game since you fought her last in Invicta?
Basically, this is the same thing, to be honest. I think we've just both have gotten more experience, especially now we have fights in the UFC, a higher level, higher stage. And physically, I think I've changed as well. I've always been pretty muscular, but just my conditioning's getting better, and older, so I think I'm hitting my prime now at 26. I'm going into my later 20s this year. Yeah, that's pretty much it, I guess.
When you step into the cage against Rose, what will you have to do to be successful against her come Saturday?
I just have to go in there and impose my will on her. Stick to my game plan, use my in and out fighting style, and just dominate in every arena and make sure I don't leave any ifs, ands, or whats about it in the judges' minds.
The main event of your fight card there in Tampa will be Glover Teixeira against Rashad Evans. Of course, Glover trains with you there at American Top Team, and Rashad Evans from the hated Black Zillions there. So how do you think that matchup's going to play out there with Glover against Rashad?
Oh, I think it's a great one. Obviously I'm with Tecia. He's from my camp, but I have, no personal disregard towards Black Zillions. So in that case, nothing matters to me there. But I'm definitely 100% behind Tecia.
I'll get you out of here with this. In a few weeks, the next big Marvel movie is coming out, Captain America Civil War, which pits all the heroes against each other. So I was wondering, are you going to be on the side of Captain America or on the side of Iron Man?
I honestly don't know. I'll probably watch the movie because my brother will watch it or something, but I'm not really into things like that. So we'll go with Captain America since we live in America. I don't know. Sorry, I'm not into stuff like that.
Once again, she is Tecia Torres. You can follow her on Twitter. It's just her name, at Tecia Torres. And Tecia, thanks again for coming on the show. I really appreciate it and look forward to your fight against Rose Namajunas on Saturday.
Oh, thank you, guys. I hope it's a good.
That was the tiny tornado, Tecia Torres, and you heard her right here on Beyond the Cage.